your videos, you talk about this word churchianity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Churchianity.
I mean, I use Churchianity a lot.
Yeah. And not too many people use churchianity. You know, they'll say like Christianese, and but churchianity. Can you give us some examples of what churchianity is and explain the dangers of it?
Churchianity is when you combine church culture and the little intricacies of church culture, and you start making those Christianity. Meaning Christianity is a 2,000-year-old religion with multiple types of people who all color within the lines of what we will call Orthodox Christian doctrine. There's some things that most Christians hold to that these are the essentials of our faith. And this is broad. I'm using very broad approaches. So if you align yourself with Scripture and you align yourself with like the early creeds, the Apostles' Creeds, the Nicene Creeds, God, Jesus is God, salvation by grace through faith, right? Mary was the virgin birth of Christ. So you color within those lines, I think you're a Christian, right? Anything that doesn't color outside those lines, when you start saying Jesus is not God, okay, now that's something else. That's not Christian. So I use the word Christianity very broadly. So I think Ethiopian orthodoxy is Christianity. They have some other books in their Bible, like the Apocrypha. I think a lot of Catholics are Christians, right? So there's that whole Christian versus Catholic divide. Like I think if you color within it, now I don't agree with everything that they, maybe the emphasis they put on Mary is a bit much, or I think Catholics believe Mary remained a virgin even after Jesus' birth, which I'm not sure about that, so forgive me. Don't cancel me, Catholics. But I think so. There's some things there that I disagree. But I think like if you hold to the gospel, you hold to the creed, you hold to the essentials of the faith. What's happening in America is that we then take other things and like add stuff to that, and then you create this like weird hybrid culture that isn't reflective of your original culture and your where you come from, and you create a new culture. So it's like God doesn't save you to help you go back in and redeem your culture. No, God saves you and puts you in another bubble, and now you're isolated from culture, and now you're removed, and now there's these very different rules for how you have to conduct yourself and how you have to vote and how you have to think and how you have to engage with people and who you're allowed to be friends with. And it's very bizarre. And then you said Christianese. It has its own language. It has its own music. It has its own even style of dress. And now instead of God is redeeming culture through Christians and the parts of culture that are non-biblical we reject, and the parts of culture that are fine we accept, we now go in and we are in a whole nother culture. We've created a separate culture. And I think that can get really weird and really bizarre. And yeah, I just think it gets really weird. So I think churchianity is like the epitome of that. It is the epitome of, yeah, it's just weird. Like I think of like one of my heroes in the faith, St. Patrick. And you see what St. Patrick did. St. Patrick goes to Ireland, which is predominantly not Christian. They're pagan, full on, like 95% pagan or something crazy. And he goes there and he engages them, and he does everything the culture does except the pagan stuff, except the pagan worship, except the pagan idolatry, except their fault. But he engages them in the culture, right? And by the time he dies, the vast majority of Ireland is converted and is Christian.
Wow.
Right? And he doesn't go in there trying to build a new culture. No, there's things that are okay about your culture, but these things, I'm not doing the pagan worship. I'm not doing these things. These things are bad, right? And you reject the sinful parts. So I think that's the part we haven't found in America yet. We just kind of combine, we hybrid everything. So there is a conservative Christian culture. There's Christian nationalism. There's all these little weird segments, and it's very interesting because what happens is those values and the ethos of that culture, that this new hybrid culture, then become the standards which someone must live by, from the way you dress to the way you act to the music you listen to, and that's very bizarre to me.
Yeah. And I think, you talk about it a lot of just like turning non-essentials into essentials of the church. And like, I think as Christians, we need to figure out like, and be able to draw that line of like what is actually doctrine. Like what is the Bible saying, and then what is just kind of our culture that we are creating.
Hey y'all, we hope you loved this conversation. Here at Young Married Christian, we are on a mission to see a gospel-centered home made available for every single child in the foster care system. There are 400,000 kids in the foster care system, and there are 400,000 churches in America. Wow. That is crazy. This is absolutely a solvable problem, and we want to be a part of it. If you want to join us in that mission, text the word freedom to 833-370-1610.
833-370-1610. 833-370-1610.
I just did it.
And another thing you can do that is really helpful is to smash the like button on this video.
Smash it like Satan's face. Crush it like it's Lucifer's head.
It really helps us a ton, so smash that like button, subscribe to this channel.
That's it.
Smash the like button on this video.